Alright, everybody, I think we're good to be live. Welcome back to the world of Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, depending on which version you're playing. And today, we're going to be back doing some Beat Me, Take My Pokemon, and hopefully I will lose a Pokemon, or two, or 12. You never know. But I do want to walk around a little bit, because I noticed my last Sonic live stream was not great. I'm just gonna walk around, look at. Oh wow, are we really laggy? I can't tell if it's just me not moving or if the game is really laggy. Because last time when I was playing Shadow, I noticed it was just really laggy on the playback. I don't know why. I don't know if it was that specific game. What if we take 100 Pokemon? Well, I don't have that many. But if you do take 100 Pokemon, then I will have a lot of IOUs to give out, and we will immediately move on to Season 2 of Beat Me, Take My Pokemon. Which is kind of exciting in and of itself, but also, I would be in a lot of debt. A lot of debt. Yeah, the game looks fine. I don't know why Shadow Generations was being so incredibly laggy. Maybe it was just my computer was having an off day last Thursday. I don't know for certain. I guess I never will. But let's go ahead and let's set up a room. Pokemon Loan Sharks? I mean, literally, yeah. Eventually it will accrue to the point where I need the interest. Oh, there's also the mystery gift. You can get those. Tracksuit. Let's do that before I forget. Track. Dude. I hope it wasn't a... I spelled suit wrong, didn't I? I spelled it very wrong. I was too focused on trying to get the 1. I didn't actually think about where the 1 goes. Is it also a 4 instead of an A? It's probably a 4 instead of an A. What? I just looked at it. I'm gonna watch it on the playback. I can't watch it on the playback. I guess not. Hold on. Where's the news? Did the news lie to me? Oh, it's Straxsuit. My bad. Dumbest code in my life. I wasn't paying attention to whether or not it was the 4. Was it the 4? Wait, I can watch it on the playback. It was not the 4. Okay. Strack. Suit. Ah, finally, here we go. Need an S or a V at the start? Yeah, we got it. I figured it out eventually. You got a... What? It doesn't say a Straxsuit here. Why would it not say a Straxsuit there? Alright, well, let's now do Poke Portal, and let's do Link Battle. And today's link code is going to be 87991566. And then when stream catches up, I'm going to start searching, and then whatever happens, happens. Just preparing for bed, and I'll turn my TV and switch on. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. If there's anybody who wants to snipe the position in the meantime. I've been listening to this one song from Epic the Musical, the Legendary song, and I keep rewriting it to be like, I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna find legendaries. But how's the chorus start? It's like, and no idea if you're dead or just too far. Yes, somebody tell me, someone give me a sign. If I fight those monsters, is it you I'll find? If so, then give me Suicune and a Zapdos. Give me Glacier and a Latios. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna find legendaries. I think that'd be such a fun parody to write. Especially if it was like from the viewpoint of Silver about Giovanni. I feel like there's some fun idea of exchanges. Some good singing there. Well, thanks a lot, the Crab. I appreciate that. I've only listened to the song like 100,000 times at this point. And then when it gets to the part about, like, well, I guess I'm talking, like, everybody who's seen Epic the Musical. If you haven't listened to Epic the Musical, or watched it, since there's so many animatics from Epic the Musical, I highly recommend it. So good. Especially, my favorite parts, I think, are, not Thunder God. What's it called? Oh, Thunderbringer. That's a good one. God Games. What's Poseidon's first song called? Not Get in the Water. What's the other one? It isn't very often that I get pissed off. Try to chill with the waves, but man, you cross the line. What is that? Oh, Ruthlessness, of course. That's a great one. Yeah, suddenly turn the TV on because Miss Crab is asleep. Fair enough, fair enough. Do what you gotta do. Stealth around. But there's a part in Legendary about the suitors and how they are upset that their king hasn't returned in 10 years. And you could do it with the Team Rocket people who take over the radio tower. It's like, where is he? Where is the man who will lead Team Rocket? Where is he? Where is the man who will be our prophet? 'Cause it's been 3 long years, and still we have no boss. I'm not sure what to do for the middle part yet, though. Where Silver talks about his mom. He does kind of have one. It's never been officially confirmed, but I feel like it's more than obvious that, what's her name? The one who kind of looks like Azula. What's her name from Legends Arceus? Azura? Not Azula. Azula is from Avatar. Especially like the, I know life in Fate are scary, but I wanna catch the legendaries. I love that part. I love the idea of Silver, like, saying that to his Feraligatr, and then he gives the Feraligatr, like, a big belly rub. I know life in Fate are scary, but I wanna catch the legendaries. Ooh, it's a poison ghost, but also a Magnezone is here, and a Grimmsnarl is kind of faking being a poison type with the rest of his friends. I mean, this looks like a lot of Hex, a lot of Thunder Wave, a lot of Venoshock, and there are some things I can do to prevent mass casualties, but I think that has a decent chance. Physical Gengar. Aha. Does Gengar get Poltergeist? I imagine it does. I probably should have brought Ferafrig to fight a team that has like a notable amount of ghost types. Ah, well, we'll see. Now Slazzle is a known Focus Sash and Endeavormon. I kind of would like to not get Endeavored. We're gonna see what happens here. Salazzle goes for the Poison Gas, lands it into both Pokemon. Talonflame is now poisoned. Ursaluna is now poisoned. And that goes for the Poison Jab, and it is a Mercy Toxapex. It gets hit by the front helmet. Earthquake does not affect Talonflame. But we get a Revenge double KO with our Earthquake because they activated our Guts for us. Talonflame is unfortunately going to go down to the Poison. What are those banned? Talonflame is pretty frail though. There's no way to say it was certainly banned. There's a lot though. Mimikyu is going to enter the field. Mr. Magnet is going to enter the field. And I feel like there's a pretty high likelihood that Magnezone terastallizes. So I'm going to choose to ignore it for now, at least. Dondozo Terrestrialize first, meaning Dondozo might be faster, or they just didn't Terrestrialize? It's kind of crazy to not Terrestrialize, though. Okay. So Dondozo might be naturally faster than Magnezone. Magnezone becomes Terra Water. Mimikyu goes for the Swords Dance. Dondozo goes Heavy Slam, which will break the Mimikyu's Substitute. / Disguise, whatever you want to call it. Also held up the red card against Dondozo, so Dondozo's gonna head out. Which now causes Tatsugiri to enter the field. And then goes for Zap Cannon into that slot. Tatsugiri lives it, but gets paralyzed. Ursulina goes for the Headlong Rush, which is going to be able to take out Mimikyu. I don't think the crit matters, because we're Guts, and it's single target into Mimikyu. Ursulina takes some more Poison Chip. What do I think Magnezone can do right now? I kinda hate to not get the Dozo mode off, but that might be more costly. Also lands the Zap Cannon. Didn't think about that for a sec. Yeah, we're just gonna take like a useless turn here to do this. Hello, Avaluna, how you doing? I'm gonna preface this. If you are going to try to sell me something over Discord, I'm not going to buy anything, because I'm not falling for any scams today. Sorry, but you have one of those kind of names. I've seen it thousands of times before, and you're not anything new. Is that cool with you, or are you gonna head out now? I mean, I can just order up into Magnezone because it's no longer a skill type. That gets some big damage. Magnezone clicks Flash Cannon. Hard to tell if that was analytic. We do have a lot of boost. Dondozo gets another order up. And that will remove Magnezone from the field. My Magnezone always fails to do one thing, and that is to miss. Always fails to miss, huh? I mean, with Zap Cannon, I would love a Magnezone that always fails to miss that. Are you like Analytic Y or Zoom? What's the one that if you go second you get the 20% boost? Is that Zoom or Y? I think Zoom is the 20% one. Let's randomly pick this team. I'm Blender Policy? Oh. So you sometimes want to miss. Maybe. I mean, if you're Blender Policy, then you really don't have a point in being analytic. You know, I bet the critical hit poison jab with the poison gas would have killed Dondozo. I wonder if Dondozo would have killed back with Stomping Tantrum, though, and then I'm locked into being poisoned, and Salazzle can just Venom Shock in the next turn. Salazzle wasn't Focus Sash, though. So maybe Gengar's has the Sash. Alright, new team. Seems to be a Surge Surfer team. The Dunsparce is here too. I'm not sure why. I don't see anything to activate its rattled stored power, unless I'm missing something. I don't think Pincurchin gets Pin Missile. It might. Nah, it probably doesn't. I mean, this seems pretty good. This seems pretty good, this seems pretty good, and this seems pretty good. Okay, Grimmsnarl and Dragon Mans. I could go Terra Rock and try Terra Blasting it with a Helping Hand. Could try Sleep Powdering. Grimmsnarl might make me slow, though. Yeah, I'm gonna give it Terrain so they can do this. I don't want Grimmsnarl clicking the Prankster Thunder Wave into my fast guy. It might just choose the setup light screen here, but I feel like I've made okay play. Oh, it's Mirror Herb, so now it gets this Spadef boost. Which means Grimmsnarl might be trying to Swagger, which if we catch that, that's pretty good. It does unfortunately mean that it probably lives the Terra Rock Terra Blast now, though. Which is a bit of a bummer. Especially if it went for a more neutral play, like the Glaive Rush. Okay, it went for Protect. So, what do we see? It Swaggers, okay. Well, they can't both bring in Pincurchin and Swagger here, because that play just doesn't work out. They need both of these Pokemon on the field. Excalibur's going to Terrasilize into Fairy, which is fair. E. Grimmsnarl sits in the light screen. Exeggutor Terra Blast comes out. That does not do very much. But that goes for Dig. Okay, well that's underground now. Exeggutor unfortunately misses the Sleep Powder. As we also catch a Spear Break. Would have been really nice if that Pokemon was asleep, but there's nothing much that I can do about that. Excalibur decides to protect. He also protects. It does get the Spirit Break off into Extinction though, which is a bit painful. Because that Pokemon could be Sleep, but it's not. Giga Drain is gonna do nothing. I think I just do this. Goes for the dig again. DD goes for the Dazzling Gleam. Gets the tiniest bit of chip on the Grimmsnarl. Spirit Break comes out into Torkoal. Does that much. Grimmsnarl's hurt by Rocky Helmet. Harsh Sunlight fades. Weirdness disappears from the battlefield. Digs into Indeedee. Okay. As Spirit Break comes out, and Torkoal would have done more damage into Grimmsnarl. Unfortunately, we don't get that. We see the Swagger come out into Fluttermane. As that goes for the dig. I really thought it would protect this turn, but I'm also fine with this because I get Heat Wave. Chip on Grimmsnarl, which really doesn't do that much. Swagger's in Fluttermane. Fluttermane is very confused. Fluttermane does not decide to hit itself in confusion. Gets off Dazzling Gleam, nearly KOs Grimmsnarl. Dig comes out to Torkoal. That is hurt by its Rocky Helmet. Grimmsnarl is going to leave so that a worm can enter the field named the Dunsparce. Fluttermane unfortunately hits itself in confusion, which is really what I needed to not have happen. Opposing team's light screen wears off. I am just going to protect and protect. That Pokemon goes for Dig. And that Pokemon goes for Hex. Not something I knew the Dunsparce had. Let's see, Worm leave. So that a puppy can enter the field. Named Mimikyu. Farmane snaps out of its confusion. She got off the Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam. Which Mimikyu's Disguise. Mimikyu holds up its red card, which means Buttermane gets to leave. And Indeedee's the only Pokemon that we can send out. And that Pokemon goes for Dig. Really not super sure which slot this is in, but I think I'm fine with it being into Torkoal and then just protecting with Indeedee. Dig does go into Indeedee. Drain Punch comes out, also into Indeedee. Torkoal lets the Heat Wave. That chips both bonds for a bit, but that is Thermal Exchange. That Pokemon goes for Dig again. That Pokemon goes for Swords Dance. And is Earth Power one of those moves that can hit underground Pokemon? It is not. That's a shame. Punch into Torkoal. I think he gets to get some HP back by the cost of paying a Rocky Helmet. Torkoal gets off the Heat Wave. She gets oh so much closer to getting rid of Excalibur. That Pokemon goes for Dig again. You see Indeedee go down. Torkoal gets off the Heat Wave. Greenness now disappears from the battlefield. And I remember, am I risking the game on Mimikyu not having Shadow Claw or Shadow Sneak? Yes. I kind of just want this game to be over if it does have Shadow Sneak at this point. Okay, it does. So, alternate universe, we didn't hit ourselves in confusion. We still had our focus sash there. Fluttermane would take both, and then we would see what would happen, but because we didn't get any Heatwave burns and we missed our Sleep Powder, we should not live any universe where we win that game. Alright, this is what it comes down to, folks. Third battle. And we are going to pick this team. Going to the toilet real quick. Alright, well, see if you get back in time. Welcome back. Alright, another new team. This looks like something I should know. I can't... Something about Annihilate Dragonite tells me that it's coaching. Could be Final Gambit Scarf, though. Or I guess that would be on the same set, but same stuff. That, and I think this actually comes. I think that this would actually be really helpful. But then again, is it though? Because what if I brought instead that Pokemon and then that, click that thing? You know what? I kind of want to bring Raichu. We're gonna do it. If I lose with Raichu, then I lose with Raichu. I made the team. I gotta bring Raichu sometimes. Especially if it's against a match with two electric types. King Gambit and Encryption have made their way onto the field. A lot of ways this turn can go. It depends on how slow Pincurchin is, though. Pincurchin is pretty slow. I don't know if it's going to be slower than specifically Blastoise, though. Is the thing. Muddy Water accuracy drop would also not be ideal. I think I do this. Blastoise gets off Muddy Water first. Getting good chip into both Mons. Pulver gets off the Weather Ball. And that picks up KO into Concursion. And we see the Enforcer go for the Kowtow Cleave, which does a little bit less than half. Blastoise gets some HP back. But now comes in Poltergeist. And that heals up Kingambit. I think it really depends what I'm expecting here. I see Stitch should actually leave. We go into Mr. Magnet. So now we've seen all their Mons. We are going to see what looks like a Kingambit terrestrialized into water. Kingambit goes for the Sucker Punch, but we swap Raichu, so the Sucker Punch does not hit anything. Hurricane comes out. Oh, we're in a pretty good position. Oh, especially with the confusion. That's a pretty great position, I would say. I think I just do this, and then I just do... I think I do this, and I do this. Other ball comes out. Does a good chunk to Magnezone. Magnezone is confused. Goes for the Zap Cannon, but we are Lightning Rod on Raichu. So Raichu gets a Split Attack boost. And now I'm afraid Raichu is going to get Sucker Punch, because it probably is. However, we saw that we moved before the Magnezone. Did the Hurricane do enough damage to kill it, though? I think I trust the +1 Electro Web to kill. Oops. I'll do that. Magnezone goes for the Protect. Ooh, but unfortunately it does not get it. Kingambit goes for the Sucker Punch, bringing Raichu down to 24 health. Raichu gets the Electro Web, which defeats the Magnezone. Lowers the speed on the Kingambit, but activates its Defiant. Pulver gets off the Hurricane into Kingambit, and that actually doesn't do very much damage. It does get another Hurricane, though. I did a lot. You did not a lot with Hurricane. Kingambit is confused. Goes for the Sucker Punch successfully into Pelipper. That goes for Machagacha. So they read Raichu protecting here. Brain stops. Alright. I Terrestrialize Blastoise into Poison here. As Sinistcha goes for the Rage Powder. Blastoise manages to get off the Iron Defense. Kingambit is confused. What do Kingambit go for? We'll never know because it hits itself in confusion, and with that boosted attack, it does quite a bit to itself. I can go for Muddy Water, try and get accuracy drops. Gambit goes for the Sucker Punch from how it seems. And it does get the Sucker Punch into our Caledon. Flash Cannon does some damage to Sinistcha. Blastoise Muddy Water misses Sinistcha, which is a more important one for it to miss. We do lower accuracy, but now we're at a high risk, high reward point with the Defiant. Skull does come out to Blastoise though. Okay. And Sinistcha's also leftovers. Yes, ain't looking great. If we still have the rain, I think we could pull this out, but because we don't, we're in a pretty not great spot. Sinistcha goes for the Rage Powder. Caledon gets Flash Cannon into it. The Death Drop might be huge. Body Press gets redirected into Sinistcha. And Gambit's still confused, unfortunately. Does get the Cow Cleave off, though. And that KO's Blastoise. Okay. Now, I think this comes down to if the Sinistcha has Protect. Electricity disappears from the battlefield. Actually fixed out King Gambit. Our Caledon gets off Flash Cannon into Sinistcha, KOing it. King Gambit snaps out of confusion, goes for the Sucker Punch. And our Caledon dodges it because of the accuracy drop from Muddy Water. But it doesn't matter as Raichu kills King Gambit with the Electro Web. My poor Legos. Wait, who was Legos? Was that, oh, the Pincurchin? Yeah, I mean, it was an electric type. I had 2 water types and flying type on the field. I had to get rid of it. It was big threatening me. But GG's. Good battle that was. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to bring Raichu, and Raichu was able to do something. It's not every day we get Raichu to do something. On a Zap Cannon, which saved Pelipper. Finished off the last Pokemon in the game. Got the fake out turn that I needed into King Gambit so that I could get rid of Sinistcha. Raichu did its job there, and it doesn't get to do that every day. But for now, I am going to sit in Link Battle for a bit, and if there's anybody else who wants to fight, who comes around, then we'll fight. But if not, then I might go look for shinies for a bit. I think we have like 3-4 more days left of the current Wochian shinies. And then we swap over to the Tinglu shinies. I want to say, I'm really not invested in these shiny Treasures of Ruins. I just want the code, and I want to be done with it. We're probably not even going to do any of the 5-star raids. Like, I might battle 1 just to see what it's like. Just to kill some time one day, if I have time. But the fact that they're just giving them out with codes, that's a big thumbs down from me. I'm going to bed, sleep now as it is 2 a.m., so have a great rest of your stream. Well, thanks for coming out there, Crab, especially so late. I appreciate that a lot. Hope to see you again next time. And also, hello, John Pickett, the musician. How you doing? I'm playing on your Switch. Well, now's the time. Now's the day. Grab that Switch. Grab your controller, get playing. Because it's fight time. We fight. Unless nobody wants to fight. Then I go look for different colored Pokemons. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time, and until somebody says they want to fight, then I might go look for... Am I shiny Blossom? No, I feel like I have both. Vileplume and Blossom. I might have to check the math there, though. Let me... Actually, what are the shinies? It's Capsicid, Oddish, and some other mans? Oh, are they even active right now? Or are they the only... they're active right now. Capsicid. Oh, Paddle. That's one I wanted so I could get a bunch of Hisuians. For the future investment. Yeah, I'm kind of down to go... Oh, some Tangs are also not bad. Inkay is also another one that I need. It's so nice having all these guys in one box. Oh yeah, I don't gotta think too hard. Let's see, grass. Grass would have... I do not have a shiny Blossom, so I need an Oddish. First things first... Is there something else that I wanted? Oh, there's that Grumpig. Do I have Grumpig? I feel like a Spoink is something that I should have by this point, but I don't remember catching one. Yeah, I got one. Alright, let's go hunt down an Oddish. I know life in fate are scary, but I wanna catch legendaries. So catchy, man. Oh, you're mine. Just got to check to make sure I had a physical attacker in the front of my party. Oh, the stream is struggling a little bit. Does it say that it is? No. Oh, it kind of says that it is. It dips below 6,000 kilobytes per second sometimes. I wonder if that's what causes it. Oh, I was just sitting here. I didn't even know that they could spawn on top of this. Seems like the Oddishes don't move around either, which is much more convenient. That's 7 or 8. Oh, that Oddish can move. Maybe the Oddishes can only move whenever they feel like their life is in danger. In which case, these Oddishes has a terrible sense of danger. I think it's about 20. Anybody wants to fight, just let me know. That one's 37. Then once it kills the small family, that'll be 38, 39, and 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. And that was the 60th one, probably. And that's just enough. Okay. Can one of you please be green instead of blue? That would save me a good bit of time. That is not picnic. That's a picnic. Well, I guess I haven't been paying attention to Twitch chat. Man, why don't I have the shiny? I'm kidding. Obviously, it's gonna take a few rotations at least, but it does kind of feel that way whenever they have these like boosted event shinies. I feel like I always find them basically instantaneously. But perhaps today is the day that takes a noticeably longer amount of time. Sometimes the frames are fine. Sometimes they're really lagging. You know what? I'm gonna use this time to mess with my output, I think, a bit. What can I lower in settings to make this a better viewing experience in terms of output? I don't think we can lose the bitrate. The encoder, I guess a hardware encoder would be worse. if I just apply a super fast encoder preset? Does that make my computer hate me? Let's just sit and see what happens for a bit with a faster encoder preset. Give it a little test drive while I wait for one of these sprouts to be green. Okay, an ad popped up and it immediately... This happens on my phone so often. An ad pops up during the live stream and then it's like, well, the live stream is just not going to play again. Like, why though? Oh, that's not showing anything. Am I still going? Should be. Okay, now it is. Now I'm gonna walk around for a bit. There, turn down video settings. Well, let me try that, okay? Stop yelling at me. Okay, I can't change any video settings from here. Okay, I think we're at the point where it's using the super fast encoder now. This encoder's still overloading. Trying to shiny hunt / test on my video settings. I mean, it's telling me to use something faster, but it hasn't dipped below 6,000 bitrate yet, I don't think. There was a 5,000. Went back up to 7,000 though. How does the stream side look? I guess I can always watch this later too. I'll know, because I'll say when I swapped over to using the different coder. Now it looks a little slow. No, maybe there's a little. Oh, yeah, now it's slow. Now it's kind of slow. Alright, now I'm going to swap to the... ultra fast. Would it help if I also had Task Manager pulled up for this? Anybody on Twitch side? No? Okay. Might also be possible that there's some things that just don't change until I start streaming again. I'm not sure how to get my best bang for my buck. Testing this at least. Oh, I thought this little push thing was like something. This kind of looked like an Notch, like it's bluer at the base and then green on the top. Let me check my CPU usage on my Task Manager. am curious to see if there's something in the background that is killing me. Or if it's just the natural hardware being degraded that has made OBS not as great recently. What? Why is Microsoft Teams doing something? I don't have it open. There's also this resume. What the heck? Okay, Microsoft Edge is the thing using a lot of my memory. And obviously OBS is using my CPU. It's not going over like 66% though. Huh. One of y'all's green yet? I genuinely wonder what tabs are the most. Like, if I close Discord, how much does that lower the CPU usage in Task Manager? Is it possible I could just need to shut down my computer? What if I close that tab? Oh wait, does this show me? Oh, it does show me what tabs are using the most. It's just like a bunch of little things. What the heck is a renderer? Why is it on so many tabs? My Twitch tab does the most. other than this other renderer tab. I don't know, man. I think I just need to shut down my computer for a bit, maybe. And then maybe try running this back with a private live stream to test some things. Man, could one of y'all options be green? Oh yeah, now it's lagging like crazy. I don't know, maybe I'll have to switch normal streams to just being 20 or so frames per second. Try and keep up, because I really don't know what this issue is. It's telling me I'm not dropping any frames, but then why am I not having frames getting processed? Usually it will tell me that I'm dropping frames, and that's what causes the lag. But the lag is... maybe YouTube side? YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Setting another ad on the YouTube side. What if I send it... what if I output, rather? A higher... video bitrate. $7,000. Oh, finally. A man's to be green. Yeah, it tells me to use faster encoding presets still. What does it look like on the stream side, though? Still dips down to like 5,000 kilobytes. You're going to go in a nest ball, even though your evolution is purple. See, there it looks fine. I think around looking at the oddish, the gameplay looks fine, but it's just sometimes that, oh yeah, especially when the frames are moving kind of fast. Like, if nothing's changing, looks fine. When, let me spin around, because that'll change things. Is it just like when I move around a lot, the stream lags? Oh yeah, it's definitely moving around a lot. Well, so what if I stop? And then when I stop moving, the frames go back to normal. That's so weird, but at least now I can know what the problem is, and maybe how to fix it. It's just whenever I change the screen a lot drastically. Yes, that is exactly what it is. When I change the screen drastically, it doesn't like that, and it slows down a lot. Why does that happen? Is there a difference in, like, the CPU that it uses whenever I do that? I know I'm not moving. And it's on like 40%, 55%, 60% CPU, OBS, and then when I start moving, 70, 68, 65, 67. I'll watch this later to also see if this is what happens. I don't think it's something that happens on just my phone. I'm trying to load the video. Stop moving. And the CPU's usage is still hovering around 60 to 70%. But it just gets worse, though. I don't think it's the fact that... Oh, maybe it is the fact that... Well, it is raining right now, so there's more on screen being changed. What if I go somewhere, or do this, covers up most of the screen, that will not change. Yeah, that looks just absolutely fine. Huh. Alright, well, it's been an hour and a half, and I don't think there's going to be anybody else challenging today, so I'm kind of willing to just call it there. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, maybe consider leaving a like on the video and even consider subscribing, because both of those things tell me an absolute ton. And I'll see you in the next one where I've hopefully figured out this issue that I have with the camera lagging whenever I move it around a lot. Bye!